Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Tonight we are making warm pasta salad. Here's what we need. Now I've been a little bit preoccupied watching something, so my water's really boiling. So before I tell you what else we need a pot of salted water on the boil, 225 grams of dried farfalle or other pasta shapes. This is small spirals and penne, and I'm just going to pop that in to start cooking because we can go through the rest of it after. So I've just got to crank that back up now. All right, that's step one. You're also going to need a sieve for when the pasta's cooked, but come on in, I'll show you the other ingredients. So while I was getting everything ready, I was a little bit preoccupied. But we also need 6 pieces of sun-dried tomatoes. Oh, they don't want to sit on top of the jar. 4 spring onions chopped. 55 grams of rocket shredded. That's more than 55 grams. That's a whole bag. I've just had it soaking in cold water and it's just draining. So it'll be fine. It's going in with hot pasta anyway. We also need half a cucumber, de-seeded and diced. So I got a Lebanese cucumber, which is basically half the size of a Telegraph cucumber. So I cut it into quarters and then I took the seeds out. So that's that one. Salt and pepper. 2 tablespoons of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. I've got the one that I keep in the freezer. That one there. For our dressing, you need a jar or a jug. If you've got a jar, use it because it's so much easier. 4 tablespoons of olive oil. We'll probably get rid of that one. So then we start on this one. Half a teaspoon of caster sugar. 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar. 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Salt and pepper strikes back again. And 4 fresh basil leaves shredded. Now my basil plant that was on my windowsill died. That one died. The parsley that died came back to life. So in the bottom of the freezer I have some fresh frozen leaves. Well, they don't look very fresh anymore. So I'm just going to use those. So now that you know what we're doing, as I said, first up, pasta's going in. We'll get that going. And then we'll get the next step going. Okay, so with this one, you can either, the last pasta dish I did, I drained it and put it back in the saucepan. But if you want to be really fancy, you can go and get one of those huge salad bowls that you probably only use once or twice a year when you want to impress people with the fancy looking salad, and put it into that. So that's your call. So once the pasta's cooked, that's going to be drained and go into the bowl or back into the saucepan. That's entirely up to you. Grab your jar. So we're going to make the dressing. Into this we want the olive oil, which is 4 tablespoons. 1, 2. Got to crack open the new one. Guess the good thing about this is that goes out this week. That bin. Open the new one. All right. Now this is a glass bottle. I sort of like the glass bottles, but I don't because I always fear that I'm going to drop them. Shouldn't say that. 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, if you're ever stuck to what to put on salad, olive oil is always a really good choice to make it the base of any salad dressing. You look at most of the dressings that you buy, whether it be French onion. I've got French onion on the brand. The French dressing, the Italian, the balsamic vinegar, most of them will have an oil in them, and it's normally always an olive oil. So If you want to make your own dressing rather than buying that stuff all the time, always start with olive oil, and then you can mix it up with ingredients of choice. But we're doing that one. We want that little bit of sugar, which was just half a teaspoon. Then we want our vinegar, which is our white wine vinegar, which is a tablespoon, which in my case I'm using 2 half tablespoons. 1, 2. Beautiful, that's that one. And we're adding the mustard, which was a teaspoon. Okay, once that one's in, we're good. All right. Now we also want to put in the salt and pepper. Okay, pasta's almost coming back up to the boil. Okay, so crack in some salt and pepper. Normally what I do when I've got a lot of ingredients and I haven't measured them out, I just set them off to the other side of the working area. I have a very small kitchen, but just because I have a small kitchen doesn't mean that I can't cook. So don't let that be your excuse. Fresh is always best, or homemade. In goes salt. Now we do need that one again, so I'm going to pop that one on that side. And in goes pepper. All right. I like a lot of pepper, so that's why I've put extra in. Give me a lid. All right, now pop your lid on. Shake it all about. Or a jug with a whisk, but so happy I found my jar. And I just brought that in one of those, you know, the $2 shops. And I use it. I've used it a lot. I've had this one for a long time. If you don't want to go out and buy one, just use an old jar, even a sun-dried tomatoes or whatever. Just wash it out well, obviously. And then we're going to just shred the basil into it. Now it's 4 basil leaves, just shredded up. I didn't count them, so there's more. All right. So once our pasta's done, we are going to drain it, and then we'll be ready to finish this salad off. Okay, so it's cooked, it's drained. There's 2 different ones in there. So once it's back into here, we're going to put the dressing in. We're going to give it a good toss. Now there is a bit of dressing left in the jar, so I can put something in it, and this will be another way to deglaze it. I'm going to put the shallots in here, and then the shallots will actually absorb some more of that dressing. All right, everything else in. I don't want to go in there. I'll get them out later. Get in there. All right. Go, go, go. Keep that lid close by. All right, now my hands are super oily from touching the olive oil. In goes the cucumber. So the shallots are in, the cucumber's in. In goes the sun-dried tomatoes. And we want the rocket. Then, just in case you haven't got enough salt and pepper in there, you can add as much or as little as you want. Now, just so you know, I am using, I think it was about 120 gram bag of rocket. Should only use 55 grams, but I'm not the hugest fan of rocket. So if I leave it in the fridge, I've got nothing to eat it with. So I'm just going to chuck it into the salad. It'll give it a bit more bulk. And we're going to add some more salt and pepper. And then I'm going to go grab the lid. See, there's 2 ways to toss a salad. pop it in something with a lid and shake it, or get some fancy little tongs and pick it up both sides and move it around. We're going to do it the good way. Lid on. Shake it like you're making popcorn. There we have it. Sprinkle your parmesan on top and put it on plates, put it in bowls, or put it in a fancy bowl in the middle of a table and have it as an entree. All right. Thank you for watching this episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been warm pasta salad. I'll catch you on the next adventure.